Hey guys, this is Keith. I just had an encounter with a domestic abuse situation. My wife and I were driving back from the store. I looked over and I see this guy running at this woman, with his hand up, posturing to hit her. I said, "Oh no!" And I turned my truck around, went right back, and intervened. I mean, it was risky, number one, because when people are in a state like that, you don't know what they're capable of. So, one of the things we teach in self-defense is, don't get involved for your own safety. But I couldn't stand by and just allow this woman to be abused right there on the side of the highway. It was crazy. It was right by some of these run-down apartments. I mean, you know the kind. I mean, you just know stuff like that's going on. I pulled up my truck and angled it in the way that, I've been shown. And I get out and I asked her if she's okay. Thankfully, this guy was coward enough that he just, ran away immediately, cursing, flipping me off, and that's all right. My wife called 911, and thankfully we got this lady safe, at least for the moment. I mean, you think about it. This girl, she was probably 22 or 23, but you can tell, man, she looked like she's had a rough life, just lots of needs, teeth blackened from smoking meth. Maybe I bought her a moment. My mind started thinking, wow, okay, I've intervened this time, kept this guy from just beating her up. She was bruised and, talking, I'm hurt. This guy's hurt me. And you hear a baby crying in the apartment. She says, I got to go take care of my baby. Wow. It just really made me think, what's going on in someone's life like that? And you don't have to be on meth to have things like this happen. I mean, with all this COVID stuff going on, domestic violence is up like 900%. Suicide rates are up around the same thing. I keep reading different numbers, but I mean, any time that, suicide rates are up because of something like this, something bad, something terrible is going on, guys. And, first of all, I just want to send a message to the men. Men, if you have to lay a hand on a woman in order to feel better about yourself or somehow to get some kind of, satisfaction trying to control her because you can't control her in a way that, is loving her, because it's not about controlling her, it's about loving her. If you can't deal with situations and conflict in a way that you cannot help yourself but to lay a hand on a woman, number one, you're not a man at all. Number two, I begin to think, man, you need some mentoring. How many men out there don't have a vision of what it means to be a man? They've never been taught. They've never been imparted in any way, what it means to know how to deal with a woman. So my heart goes out to that young man as he was walking away, flipping me off, cursing. I started thinking, wow, that guy, he's lost. Just like that young woman was lost. My heart goes out to both of them. Thankfully, the police came, took care of her and her baby. And what's going to happen from now, I don't know. They said, they'll take care of it. But think about how many of these people, how many of these instances happen all over the world because of pressure, because people don't know how to handle it. I think one of the things that I'm thankful that I get to teach my son and that I talk about with all of my clients is, how to handle a strength, how a man must learn how to handle a strength. Because if we don't have purposes for our strength men, we'll either become passive because, and we'll tuck tail and, we'll check out of life, or we'll become abusive. You've got to have a purpose. You have to own your strength as a man. And that's never, ever to hit a woman. You never hit a woman. You never abuse a woman. And in fact, it goes beyond just using our fist and our hands. It's also with our words. And we're all guilty. We're all guilty. Anyone who's been married very long or been in a relationship, we're all guilty of taking out our own frustrations on the woman who loves us. Man, please allow me to invite you today. Invite you to step up, control yourself. And if you think you can't help yourself, just walk away. Just get away. Take a breath. Because if you can't control yourself enough not to hurt a woman, you do not need to be in that relationship. You're abusing God's special daughter. And also, control yourself. Learn to control yourself. Reach out to mentors. There's plenty of them around that will show you how to deal with anger and frustration. Because I know anger and frustration is real. It's out there. Especially with all this stuff going on. You want to get out. You feel pinned up. There are other ways. And if you need a way, if you're dealing with this, if you're a man and you can't control yourself, call me. I'll help you. I'll mentor you. You need help. If you're a woman and you're in an abusive situation, get out. Until that man controls himself and learns how to control himself, it will be a repetitive cycle and it'll get worse and worse and worse. Anyway, I thought I'd just share my encounter that I just had. I'm thankful. I'm so thankful that my wife and I were there to intervene. But wow, my heart goes out to those people. Call me if you need me.